What's good, guys? It's Bree here from Neighbourhood. Is your team expanding but you're not sure how to best collaborate in your CRM? Then you need to know how to add users while setting the right user permissions in HubSpot. Today, we are going to go over how to invite users and control their access with the default permission sets or by creating user permissions from scratch. If you want to take today's lesson offline, we'll include a downloadable PDF in the description below. So we're going to open up here on our HubSpot portal. So we're just in our contacts right now. And I'm going to go into the settings so that we can add some new users into our HubSpot portal. So I'm going to click on the cog here and we're going to go into our settings. On the left-hand side here, we have a couple of settings, but for our users and teams, we're going to go down to account setup and go to users and teams. So in the user and teams section, you're going to see a couple of tabs. So the users will show all the users you currently have in your account, what team they're in, and also the access that they have. You can also see when they're last active, which helps to clean out your users if you need to. We'll then go across to seats, which is all your paid subscriptions. And it's good to have a look at this before you add any users in, just so you know how many people can have access to certain features such as sales or service seats. Moving on from there, we're going to have a quick look at teams. In Teams, you can organize your users into groups and use that for reporting or organizational purposes. We also have permission sets, which we'll go into a little bit later. From permission sets, finally, we have presets, which we're not going to go into in this video today. So we're going to go back to adding users. So on the Users tab, we're going to click the orange button, which is Create a User. From here, you have two options to create new users. Either you can insert their email addresses manually, or if you have a CSV file or an Excel file, you can upload it and import the users right from there. This is specifically helpful if you're adding a lot of people at once. So for today's purposes, I'm just going to insert emails manually. And from here, I can just type in the email that I want to add, or I can copy and paste it if I need to. And if I'm going to add more than one, all you need to do is just add a comma after the last one. And as you can see, HubSpot has automatically separated those. So I can continue to add. I can see quite clearly the different emails that I want to add. So we're going to click Next and get into permissions now. So there's three options here. You can either start with a default permission set, which I'll show you in a moment, a save permission set, which we saw in the settings earlier, or you can start from scratch. If we have a quick look at the default permission set, we can go in and we can see here that HubSpot has already selected a couple of access and permission points for us here that they believe is the best for just a standard user. If you go up the top here, you can scroll down and they have been segmented already into different templates. So for example, if you have a new sales manager coming on board, you can simply click Sales Manager and HubSpot will select the best permission sets for them. If that's not quite what you're looking for, we can go back here and start from scratch as well. This is a longer way to set different permissions, but you can go through and ensure that each user has the correct permission as you go. Finally, using the save permission sets can also help you select super admin access. This means that the person you're adding will have access to everything within HubSpot. For this example, we're going to go back and just use a default permission set. For someone like myself, I'm going to go into the marketing manager. This does mean that I have partial access to some things such as workflows and custom objects. It means I don't have access to things like sales and service as they're not as important to me. I'm going to go next. In this step, we can have a bit of a deeper view of what permissions that I'm allowing these people to have, in this case myself. If we scroll down here, I have view, edit, and delete access for contacts. That means I can view, edit, and delete all contacts. Before adding a user, it's good to think about what access you want them to have. That way you're not going in blind. For now, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm then going to click Next, and then we're going to invite the users into our portal. When you get to this step, it's important to make sure that this checkbox is unclicked. If they don't get their invite email, they may not be able to get into your portal and you'll have to resend the invite. Once you've reviewed the permissions on this page by scrolling down, you can click Send. As you can see here, it was a success and the invite links were sent to the 2 emails that I placed in the first step. Now, if the new users come to you and say they didn't get the email or they couldn't find it, you can always resend the invite email. All you need to do is go back to Users and Teams in Settings, find the person you invited, you want to click Action, and then from here, I'm going to click Resend Invite Email. And there we have it. You now know how to add users and control their access in the HubSpot CRM. If you're after a PDF version of what you've learned today, we'll leave a link in the description as well. If you've learned something new from this video and you're keen to learn more about HubSpot, make sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another video. That's all from me, guys. Happy HubSpotting.